My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. It's time to go with the silent. Let's go. Turn that audio down on my side. Exordium, show me. Ooh, okay. Random rare card could define my run in the exact same amount of strength that the starting relic could. Depends on the rare card. Pretty much any rare card that I pick up would completely change the initial direction of my build. I mean, obviously any card you pick up is going to change the initial direction of your build, but they're typically more impactful. So what? What would I desperately want to pick up? Nightmare, Adrenaline, 1,000 Cuts, Burst. Am I missing any? I mean, there's a lot of other rare cards, yes, and there's a lot of other rare cards that are good, but I'm thinking about the ones that I would want to get at the very start so that I can build my entire build around them. Is it just those 4? It might be. There's also a lot that I wouldn't even want anything to do with. I'm gonna go for it. Adrenaline! Hi-oh! Alright, there's a boss on every line. And no matter what line I'm on, I can get to this second elite. Beautiful. So that means that now I just choose what line do I want beforehand. There's 2 rests here, so I'm going to go with one of these, which I can get to from any point. Beautiful. So now it's about, do I want to shop later or earlier? Shop question mark. Question mark, question mark, question mark, shop. Shop earlier or later? Shop later, because I'm going to want to remove a relic that I might get on one of these 3 question marks. Yeah. So start here, cut to the left, cut back to the right, and then go through the obvious line that we've already set up. Okie dokie. Unfortunately, I'm going to get hit with the weekend here, but I've still got Neutralize, I've still got Adrenaline, and I've still got 2 strikes in that deck, so yeah, we've got a kill at least. This last one's going to be annoying, though. 2 strikes in the same hand. Hey, got it. Okay. It has to be Noxious Fumes. Blade Dance is really, really good when you have a certain build and certain setup already for it. Noxious Fumes is independently good. It just slots into a lot of runs, and it's nice in those, even if it's not a standout. Even if it's not a huge part of the synergy you're actually working for. I'm going for 2 elites over the course of this. It's got to be one of these 3 that I upgrade. Neutralize is actually really appealing, but at the same rate. Adrenaline for an extra energy will only impact me once a fight, whereas Neutralize getting an extra weaken will impact me constantly. And actually, Noxious Fumes getting the extra poison. I mean, if I'm talking about longevity, which is exactly what I was just talking about, then it's no contest. Alright, that actually worked out really well, because I've still got my Neutralize in my deck, and I've already got the Noxious Fumes active on turn 1. So this means that with Neutralize and a Defend, I'm completely defended, and then I have all offense taken care of as well. That ordering of cards is the best ordering of cards that I could have had for this fight so far. Alright, well, this obviously isn't the best follow-up that I could have had, but, you know, still. Whatever. I could have killed that turn with, you know, just a strike or 2. But still, we didn't take any damage. So what? It took an extra turn? Doesn't matter. Dash or acrobatics? Dash. Definitely dash. Yeah. Just making sure that my path was correct. Sure. Okay. Took 3 damage and I got 30 gold, as well as 10% more likelihood to find treasure in certain rooms. That's interesting. Just give me an attack card. Rough. That's a shame, because now my next hand is going to have My next turn's going to have a lot of cards that I didn't really want together. It's got to be Noxious Fumes Dash. No real contest on that one. Completely defend myself. Do as much damage as I could. 12. And, yep. Just completely defend myself. See, this might seem like a turn that I just passed and nothing happened. But my enemy took poison damage and then they got more poison on the next turn. So, and also the weakness actually wore off. So sometimes it's correct to tread water. Very rarely. Like, when I say very rarely, I mean like maybe a couple times in a fight. So not super rarely, but you know, uncommonly. Might be Bane. It's not Leg Sweep. Leg Sweep's too... I mean, unless my build is based around the idea of just defending myself a bunch while I wait for Noxious Fumes to kill my enemies, in which case it could be Leg Sweep. Alright. What if that is my build? Let's do it. Well, this is obvious. I just wait until I got my powers up. There we go. Power number 1. Hopefully I don't get Bash in my next hand. If it's in my bottom 4, I'm going to be real happy about it. Damn. If it was in my bottom 4, I would have been able to completely protect myself against this incoming attack. Quite effectively. Well, as it turns out, I am still protecting myself entirely against this incoming attack. Not particularly by choice, but it's okay. Since we've got this poison building up and it's building up relatively quickly, and I have a high attack card in my deck, like Dash, I think I can afford to take that one a little slower. Stop giving me Dash in all of the hands where my opponent's not attacking, because Dash is so super effective when they are. It's worth blocking here. I might actually be able to get away without taking any damage in this fight, especially if my next has a Survivor and a normal block. Yep. Completely block all incoming damage, and then over the next 2 turns, my opponent dies. Usually, I wouldn't want to do this with the Silent, but it's totally fine for me to do it when I actually have this poison building up over time, making me more and more potent. Shuriken. Now that we have Shuriken, Blade Dance is actually a really good card, because it means that you play Blade Dance when it's upgraded, 1 energy, it gives you 3 shivs, you play those 3 shivs, and you get 1 strength. So it's 1 energy for 12 damage, assuming you haven't got any strength up yet, and 1 extra strength. And it only gets better as you go on. No one knows. Closest was Prepared, but even there, not really. Really? I'm not pleased about this. I'm not pleased about this for one big reason. And it's because I really want to take Master of Strategy, but I think... Obviously, also, I have a shop next as well, so giving me a shop right now is kind of annoying. I want to take Master of Strategy, but I think the best action is going to be remove a card here and then remove a card in the next as well. Because otherwise I take Master of Strategy and I remove no cards. If I remove 2 cards from my deck, I'm increasing the consistency of my draw more than I do by taking Master of Strategy. So I am going to remove... Well, I mean, in a deck like this, it's going to be Strike and Strike. So we'll remove Strike here, go to the next one, remove another Strike. Shame, I actually would have taken Burst if I still had the money. Alright. Oh my god. Also Kunai. That would be ridiculous. I would have Kunai and Shuriken. Oh, man. I'm just dreaming of a run that isn't in existence anymore, but imagine the world where I had Kunai, Shuriken, and just a bunch of Blade Dancers. Sundial. Take a rest before I take a fight rather than a fight after a rest. Sorry, take a rest before I take a fight rather than the order. Opposite. Dash, because we're always going to keep dash in this deck. Let's upgrade that. Neutralize I might actually end up removing, so... Alright, I'm going to defend as much as I possibly can. Because dragging this fight out is still fine for me. And the Acid Slime is going to affect my aggressive effectiveness. Yeah. That slime is going to affect my aggressive effectiveness by weakening me. But that's not going to be an issue because I'm just going to block until my until my Noxious Fumes kill the enemies. Awesome. It's worthy of saying the amount of times that recently I've gotten screwed over by having like a card that my strategy hinges around at the bottom of the deck has been because I've been building a lot larger decks recently than I usually do. So trying to err much more on my original side of just thin out every single card in your deck that you can possibly remove makes things a lot easier, makes things a lot better. Because it'll increase the consistency of me having the card at the very start that I desperately need. There we go, like Noxious Fumes. I probably should have used my the Dex Potion there. Save myself 4 HP. Cool. Don't need to use one here. I'm just going to make sure that one of them dies. I know I've got some AoE, so hitting them equally is also a thing that I could totally be doing. But trying to kill one as soon as possible is also going to be really just handy in terms of removing the amount of negative effects I'm going to have to dodge. I'm blocked for almost all of it. You know what? I'll just block all of it. I've got this poison building. It's fine. Play a little bit safer. Also, having a thinner deck is going to be way better for the purposes of Sundial. So yeah, I'm just going to remove cards at pretty much every opportunity. I might end up with a deck that is just Noxious Fumes, Leg Sweep, Dash. That might be near about it. So I would have saved 6, I think, HP over the course of the fight if I played the Dex Potion at the very start. I still probably should have done that, especially considering I already have full potion. Yeah, because now I'm going to have to throw a potion away in order to take that block. Another adrenaline, 1000%. If I get a nightmare now, I'm just completely over the top ridiculous. Take the adrenaline. Alright. Well, I can't kill any of them, but these two are powering themselves up. So I'm going to break their armor ongoing. Just to make sure that since they're going to be more powerful next turn, I might have the ability to kill them. I had to use the strike on the frontliner because I was about to be weakened by this louse, so now I only do 4 damage with a single strike, so if I want to kill this louse, I'm going to need that. Another defense. Since I just picked up that Noxious Fumes, I should just be able to deal with his, like, AoE style. Yeah. Beauty. Would I take the Specimen? The Relic the Specimen that passes off any accrued... God, how am I going to speak right? Speak. The Specimen that passes off any accrued poison to surviving members on the team. Would I do that? I don't know. I don't think I need that Dagger Spray considering I have the Noxious Fumes. And taking a Dagger Spray would cost me a card slot that would make it less likely for me to draw the Noxious Fumes early enough for the Noxious Fumes to be effective. I'm actually going to be really... Like, if you think I'm usually picky with my cards, watch this run. I am going to be super fucking picky with every card. Managed to get a trigger on my strength up. That's nice. As well as get weakened for 3 turns. This is what I was worried about. I got all of my defense cards at the very start there. Yeah, at absolute best, I could have stabbed you twice, and that wouldn't have been enough to stop you from using your Fierce Bash there, unfortunately. Should have done the neutralize first. I would have gotten a little more damage in. Dash because I gain the block before I have to use the attack. Beautiful. Leg sweep. That completely protects me. But if I do anything except for another block, I will end up taking damage. So I'll lose 3 and then my opponent will hit me through it. That's fine. I can take my time as much as I'd like here. Get another trigger on that that strength up. I like it. If I could get a Blade Dance in this deck, I would definitely do it. That would have a huge effect because I would be drawing it so often. Blade Dance, Burst. Obviously, Burst goes in this deck. So does Nightmare. And both of those things would need to be upgraded as soon as possible. I did that extra attack despite the fact that I'm going to take 2 damage here because it gave me an extra strength. So I might be able to shut this fight out a lot earlier. Also, I'm in no danger of losing at this point anymore. That danger has long gone by. Okay, just a couple more strikes. Or not. I'll take a little bit of damage here. And... end of floor. Would I take Sozu? I think I might. Let's see what's offered to me before I have to choose. Tools of the Trade or After Image? Tools of the Trade increases my card draw consistency. Phantasmal Killer is the only one that I don't definitely don't take here, rather. I mean, I think I have enough defensiveness in my deck that After Image is actually not going to be as effective as just drawing another card. Uh-oh. Definitely not Orrery, because I would have to get super lucky with the offered cards to even want to take any of them. Lizard Tail, I underestimate Lizard Tail a lot of the time, but Cursed Key was changed. Cursed Key was changed in the last patch, the beta patch, I believe. Gain energy at the start of a turn. Whenever you open a non-boss chest, obtain a curse. Because you used to have the ability to, in some way, I can't remember exactly how, it might have been saving and reloading the game, you had the ability to add infinite curses to your deck by taking a curse key, getting to a boss chest, engaging the boss chest, exiting the game, engaging the boss chest, exiting the game, engaging the boss chest, and you could just have infinite curses in your deck as a result. I'm gonna take Cursed Key. Unfortunately, it's anti-synergistic with Tiny Chest, because I'm more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms, and those treasures will give me curses. Okay. Either of these have lost. More questions on that side. Alright. I already know my path then. Tools the trade, dash, neutralize. All good. And I'm set up to pick my cards. I'm gonna remove that defend because I'm always playing the leg sweep here. One, two, three. Didn't need all that energy. Give me ice cream. Awesome card draw. Card draw would be good as well. Obviously, my only card draw in the deck at the moment removes itself from my deck as soon as I play it, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Enemy, again, is pretty much shut out of this fight. This is a really, really lean, really, really powerful deck right now. Okay. Give me... I don't even know what I want at this point. I was just winding up for enough time to try and figure out what I wanted. I don't really need for anything here. Backflip would be pretty cool, though. So would Blade Dance. Obviously not the card I intended to click there. I was just trying to cast it instantly. Nope. None of those are worth the slot they would take in my deck. If I accept 2 damage here, I get to increase my strength, as well as deal 6 more damage. So I'm going to do that, because I don't want these guys to get away and take all of my money with them. Because I do have a shop in just a little bit of a while. Almost discarded my adrenaline there. That would have been terrifyingly sad. Okay, both of them have done your second attack. Ooh, I might actually have to use the explosive potion here to get both of them down in time. Unless they both go for extra attacks here. No, they both went for defense. That's the worst of all worlds. You're going to take 5, and then the turn after, you're going to take 7. So 5 and 7. 5 and 7 is 12. So a neutralize that does 4 damage already kills you. Then I can start focusing on this one in front. Ugh. Yeah, I might actually have to use a bomb. Or not. Bye-bye. Hell yeah! You know a deck is powerful when it gets to that, and it doesn't lose much HP. I mean, I lost 2, and it kills them both on time, even when they try to run away quickly. I don't need energy. Not yet. Not as much as I need the other 3 things I have in my hand. I mean, it has to be obtain a relic. Juzu Bracelet's actually pretty good. You can upgrade that so it's gain 3 strength, I think. Thing is, I don't even know if I want that in my deck. My deck is not about strength. I mean, it gets strength from Shuriken, but I think Jax is more often gonna lose me things than it's gonna gain me things. I'm gonna decline. Go to here, remove Normality from my deck. Card removal, get Normality out of my deck. And pick up Footwork. I mean, it's a ridiculous price for Footwork. I could also take Malaise. But, I mean, even my aggression has defense in it so far, so yeah, Footwork's the pick there. Alright. Let's rest, upgrade Footwork instantly. Now we're truly within the realm of it's probably not possible for certain enemies to hit me ever. Yeah, that's 24 block on turn 1. And I have a block that also weakens, so it blocks for more than it says it blocks for, effectively. I want a leg sweep here, but I also want to get the upgrade in my damage from doing another strike. I think that damage upgrade is going to be important, so I'm going to do the extra strike. That's for upgrading my strength using Shuriken. I'm not going to accept a hit here, though. I don't want to add any wounds to my deck. All good. And the enemy's just getting more and more poison. If I can get Sneko's Skull, then this starts to get even more absurd. And it's already pretty absurd. I could also get backflips and blur so that I can actually consistently keep my my entire thing every turn. My entire block. I could keep that every turn. With a consistent enough draw. Easy lethal. Bag of Marbles is pretty good. It's not going to be amazing, but it's pretty good. I could take Acrobatics, use that as my card draw. I mean, Acrobatics is so much worse as a card draw card than Backflip for me in this deck for one particular reason, and that's because I have Footwork. So, I'm missing 10 block. But Acrobatics also digs 2 further into the deck, which gets us closer to Sundial triggers, so sure. I do want to do 3 strikes here, but Tools of the Trade actually really does need to be developed. That's annoying. I need to develop Tools of the Trade because it allows me to curate my hand a little bit, and that's super important in the Snecko fight so that I can remove things that are way too expensive for me to ever consider casting. And dig down to other things that I might consider. The more cards that you have in a hand, when they're randomized, the more chance you have to have something that's been randomized to a lower cost. Pretty simple. Fuck off. Ah! I hate that. I really wish you would just clarify with me if I want to discard that card. Did I remove? Disable confirmations when choosing one card. Fine. I'm going to disable that for this run. Because I can't be trusted to have it active. My muscle memory just wants me to do things. Let's get rid of that one. Show me damage. Damage. Man, nothing else that I can actually cast? Yeesh. And this is dash for the win. Beautiful. Malaise? I think it's Malaise here. It's pretty good. You can just gimp someone instantly. Alright, if I cut on the outside here, I can get a bunch more questions. Fuck. And a dream catcher. Wow, not even worth. Drop an adrenaline. Right. I'm going to drop the survivor so that I can get that pain out of my hand so I don't have to deal with it. Tools of the trade. Dash, now I'm fully protected. I think I should malaise the back line as well. Awesome. So that was pretty much just a setup turn, despite the fact that I didn't get many of my powers active at all. Adrenaline, noxious fumes, acrobatics. No card draw from that, right? Yeah, Sundial didn't pay off yet. Damn. As long as I put a weaken on this bird in front, I'm not going to take any damage this turn, so I'll definitely put the weaken on you. What? Huh. That should have... When an enemy does 1 damage, it's supposed to weaken it to the point that it won't do any. That's how the rounding usually works. Alright. I mean, I didn't need to do that block because I could have just put it on the ground. That was a wasted action there. Could have easily done without that. Not getting any card draw in this next hand. That's unfortunate. Discard the pain. Yeah, it's leg sweep. Because then I play fewer actions, so I get fewer dazeds in my deck, but also I manage to continue the weakness of this Chosen for possibly some impactful turns. Double strike. Oh. Good. Put another Dazed in my deck, unfortunately, but I get to protect myself against 5 incoming damage. I mean, have I only taken 4 damage over this entire floor? I think that might be the case. That this entire floor has only managed to deal 4 damage to me. That's pretty ridiculous. Next floor is a huge step up, and you need to have more damage to get through it. But I think we'll be able to do it. Especially depending on what we get from the boss here. No. None of those is good. Cloak and Dagger is actually a lot better in this deck right now. Because it gives me things to play with Shuriken. When I upgrade Cloak and Dagger, it's 2 attacks as well as a bunch of block for 1 energy. I mean, I have to. Oh, I'm going to take some damage here. Unfortunately, there's 3 of them, so I can't just malaise the big one and go, yay, I've invalidated the fight. Because it doesn't work like that. Actually gonna drop this regen potion here. And this is the one that I typically let live the longest, the Taskmaster in the center. But it also deals consistently less damage than this guy. Alright. So I'm gonna take 15 damage this turn. Man. This is just reinforcing my feeling about this fight, in that it's not good. It's just a little too much. Okay. There you go. One down. Keep you weakened, and I might actually just be able to heal through the rest of this as well. Let's hope. Show me no wounds. Nice. Survivor gets dunked, because my plan is to use dash for pretty much all of my protection here. I'll put a weaken on that one. Now I'm not going to be taking any damage. Beautiful. Yeah. Depending on my next draw, I think we might actually just get through this without taking any more damage. Well, unfortunately, that's not the draw I was looking for. I was looking for, you know, just like one of those instead of both of those wounds. Silly me to have looked for a thing and wanted. Seven. So, Cloak and Dagger's Shiv going on you will actually get lethal. And then we can start setting up designs on the final one. Awesome. All good. I've got to check who my final boss on this floor is as well. Collector? Ugh. Alright, I'm going to need more AoE support. So if I can get a little bit to shore up my AoE before that Collector, I'm going to be much more pleased. I might be able to kill the Collector without taking any AoE cards. You know, obviously other than the Noxious Fumes. But Noxious Fumes is going to take like 5 turns to kill the guys in the middle. Okay, Paper Crane is ridiculous. Enemies with weak now deal 50% less damage rather than 25. And a lot of the time, I just keep enemies weak because I've got Leg Sweep, which is 2 weak. And it's a significant part of my deck as well as Neutralize. So, and obviously Malaise as well. I think it's Dagger Spray. Just to give me that little bit. Also, Dagger Spray is already upgraded. And if I get Dagger Spray in my opening hand, Bag of Marbles means that it's going to deal, 18 damage to all enemies. Alright. For 1 energy, yeah, I have to. There's my Snecko Skull, but unfortunately it gave me another curse. Ugh. Why do you have to ask for, like, the 2 ones I desperately want? Why can't you ask for Dreamcatcher or Tiny Chest or Toxic Egg? Alright. The relic, the special new relic that we get is going to be a relic that increases the likelihood of you getting rare cards at the result of fights. And there's a bunch of rare cards that would still make this build. So I am going to offer to you Sundial. See, triples the chance of receiving rare cards as monster rewards. Let's remove Pain. Then it's definitely Smith. It's definitely upgrade Cloak and Dagger. Okay. This turn is just going to be setting up for the rest of the fight. So, Tools of the Trade, Noxious Fumes. Gonna drop an Adrenaline. Drop an Acrobatics. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right. I mean, we didn't get footwork up, but that was still pretty good. Okay. Drop that. Use adrenaline. Footwork, cloak and dagger. In fact, I just get to play all of these cards. Hilariously awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. All of them are going to have 7. They're poisoned next turn. Yeah, all of these die in 2 turns now. So if I can ignore those torch heads for 2 turns, I'm golden. Depending on my draw, I might be able to. Ooh, this draw might not be able to, though. Alright, I'm going to do that because it actually protects me against 9 damage. Drop the cloak and dagger. Then 1 here, everyone dies. Just this once! Everyone dies! What do you mean that's not the quote? Alright. Give me that dash. And heck, I'll leg sweep as well. Keep that weakness up, because this guy can actually deal a ridiculous amount of damage if you let him go. Mm-hmm. Since we're not going to be defending this turn, we might as well acrobatics. I haven't done any attacks this turn. So I have the option to Cloak and Dagger Strike and Dagger Spray. And if I do that, I actually get 2 triggers out of the extra strength I get, because Cloak and Dagger and Strike will give me the extra strength, and then Dagger Spray triggers that twice. So that'll deal 6. It should be 4 and 4. Right? Usually does 4, increased by 2 due to my strength, and then decreased by 25%. So it will be 4 and 4. So I'll deal 14, and then another 14, 28. Yeah, that'll outweigh dash as an action. Oh, nope. Dagger Spray didn't even get upgraded. I hate the way that weaken and strengthen in terms of giving strength don't really align, because one of them's percentage and one of them's pure numerical. It can make it really difficult to actually reasonably estimate what's going to happen. All of these fights are going to be quite slow, unfortunately. I'll weaken you, because now you shouldn't actually be able to do anything to me. Or I could have just killed you instead of weakening you. That would have worked as well. Ooh, look at you! Accruing your form of minions. Well done, you. Alright. Already protected against all incoming damage. And the one in front is going to die next turn. Like, this single Noxious Fume thing is going to work for me, but it's just so laborious. Alright, you're dead already. Actually, just going to end my turn instantly. Bye-bye. Show me amazing card. Extra energy? I mean, I have been a little short on ability to play things, and it will upgrade melees. And most of the enemies on the final floor, I think I can reasonably tell what they're going to do. You know what? Let's go. Let's go. It's definitely this line. And I do want to shop pretty soon. So start here. Let's drop a bunch of cards easily. Yeah, that's the one that I'm really, really worried about. Like, Dagger Spray is going to be amazing, but God, it's going to be hard to find a really good position to play it. Dagger Spray here shouldn't affect me negatively. Right, 6/6, yeah. Does a ridiculous amount of damage for me. This will then upgrade the strike. Yeah, this will be lethal on the exploding one. Unfortunately, lethal on the exploder will actually deal damage to me, right? I neutralize you, then I strike you, then you die. I could also just strike you, and in 2 turns you'll die. The other order, I'm reasonably certain that would have been lethal. Just trying to make sure that I have the block when I need it. Ouch. Ah! It even got more explosive, damn it. Here, I was hoping it was going to get less. Alright, now we can start focusing on dealing a lot of damage. Because they're dead. Beautiful. Please don't both grow. They both grew. Got 38 block here, just waiting for someone to trigger it. Leg sweep, dash, dagger spray for the kill. Easily done. Alright, so we did take 6 damage in that fight. A lot of that was because I could not see their intents. I don't need a Swift Potion in this deck. Blur is actually pretty good in this deck. As much as I would love a red mask, there are a bunch of other relics that would instantly make this run so much more powerful. Perfect. Cloak and Dagger. Block melee's you. Beautiful. Hey, final one didn't attack. Beautiful. Give me Dagger Spray. I mean, that's not exactly Dagger Spray. Good block. Don't double attack. Good. Good, good. Drop the acrobatics, because I'm just going to be playing this hand and I'm going to be drawing a bunch anyhow. Actually, acrobatics probably would have been a really good idea to have in this hand. Whoops. Alright, 53 block that's coming with me to the next turn. Dagger Spray is pretty good here. I'll acrobatics just in case I can draw into something that's better for me. It's just going to be Strike Survivor. Unfortunately, this will leave one alive. You know, what am I going to do about it? Next hand. Yeah. These hands get gradually worse as we remove all of our... Get that regret out. As we remove all of our adrenalines. Because our hands, you know, pretty rudimentary observation, but get way, way less smooth. Gonna need another one of those really, really good dagger sprays. Beautiful. Easily done. 7 HP lost, 2 fights. Glass knife's actually really good, but I would be drawing it super often, and I actually don't need that as my form of damage. Okay. Talk to myself out of it, it's backflip. So there's a few things here. Obviously, Oddly Smooth Stone is amazing. Obviously, Cloak and Dagger is amazing. Obviously, Bottled Tornado is pretty good. But I already draw pretty much my entire deck on the first turn anyway. So I think it's Oddly Smooth Stone and remove a card from my deck. Alright. Ugh. Defend, then I can Dagger Spray for free. Noxious Fumes, defend. Oftentimes they'll all do their buff on the first turn. Yeah, there's a debuff. That's a buff. That's an attack. That's a buff. Okay, so I ended up only taking 1 damage there. That was pretty much kind of what I was expecting. Alright, we're going to defend ourselves for a couple of turns here. Let's get Blur, let's get Leg Sweep on the back line. I'm actually going to Survivor the Malaise out of my hand so that I can have both of these exhaust themselves from my deck. I don't want to draw back into them. And now I've still got 20 block for this turn, so if I can blow up the Exploder in the back line, I'm going to be pretty pleased about it. And yeah, with 2 more Adrenalines and a Backflip still left in my deck, that's a pretty reasonable assumption, I mean, obviously. Backline dead. And then here, one here. Beautiful. Hell yes. Would I take 1 damage over the course of the entire fight? That's pretty much going to be all I take as well. Defend, 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 blur, strike the back line, we're good. Perfect. Hit him with that Dagger Spray. Just to invite as much damage on a return as possible. There's a backflip. Now I need no longer any card draw in this deck, but it's going to make my opening turns a lot smoother because it's going to be something that I get to play with all of the extra energy that I get from these Adrenalines. I do have the possibility of malaising for 8 here, but I'm still going to overblock the enemy a lot of the time, so I think my damage is actually what I have to concern myself with, especially considering the enemy is a giant head with 500 HP, so waiting for my poison to stack up is going to be a lot less effective than just dealing some gosh dang damage. I need to make space in my hand before I acrobat. Need to make 1 more space in my hand. Okay, get rid of this. Draw 2 more cards. Definitely develop the tools of the trade. And then I have 5. I do have to play Malaise last. I couldn't play it beforehand in order to get an extra buff from the slow. because it would have taken the energy I was about to use on the abilities. That was 149 damage on a single turn. That's pretty good. Obviously should have discarded the defend there rather than the one that I did. I could have had 3 extra blocks, sorry. Okay. Backflip, get some card draw, dagger, and yeah, I'm just going to be playing all of the attacks here, so just go for them. See, this is unfortunate. I've gone, a couple turns deeper than I originally was, and I've still only done like another 40 damage. Because this deck is not actually good at dealing damage. Did I have a blur in that hand that I just ignored? No, I didn't. Good. Phew. Catalyst would make fights like this a lot stronger, sure, but at what cost? I could have played Blur earlier in that turn and gotten a couple more damage out. Okay. This. Time to start backflipping. Flashing the dagger spray. Sure. I love that they're very, very cocky remarks. Goodbye, you're done. End of your life. Tick-tock, that kind of stuff. And it's entirely having no effect on me. And I get to blur through the next turn as well. It is worth noting, since I have weakness constantly on my opponent and I have Paper Crane rather, the enemy is dealing half what they usually would be. So usually this would actually be an impressive amount of damage they're dealing. It's just not. I need to use 3 attacks there because I wanted the extra strength again. So I pretty much just have to take this fight slow. I usually don't like taking this fight slow, but whatever. Because it's just fun to try and burst this enemy. There we go. Oh! Ice cream. Perfect. And an upgraded cloak and dagger. Holy shit. I also could have taken outmaneuver there, because outmaneuver actually would have been really, really powerful. Seeing as... I'm going to lose the lower damage the lower thingy backlit. Outmaneuver would have been really powerful because I get to maintain my energy. Let's upgrade a card. Now it's got to be adrenaline because I'll always have it. The energy that it generates is what I mean I'll always have. Or Chalcom's unfortunately completely useless for me. I can make a couple cards cost 0. Sure. Let's upgrade one of the madnesses. Anything that I upgrade to cost 0? Riddle with holes? Nah, it's Flash of Steel. Yeah. Anything that I upgrade so that it costs 0 is just going to be a permanent extra energy that I get to carry around. Because of ice cream. Alright. These guys are just going to be constantly attacking the entire time, so... I want to do as many attacks as possible before I dagger spray. I've got no more card draw in my hand, right? No, I don't. Cool. I mean, I just need to get both of these out of my deck. I should have saved at the very end. Cloak and Dagger and Dagger Spray, because those would have been the ones that I really, really wanted to lower the cost on. Then I am going to huge malaise the backliner. Might actually prevent me from taking damage this turn. Yeah, it does. Cool. So Blur actually carries 5 over the next turn. Obviously, I'm malaising the target that I'm not going to be killing. Okay. That's really unfortunate. I went pretty much as hard as I possibly could have gone to try and kill that Orb Walker. Now I have to take some burns in my deck. Yay. Okay, let's discard one of them. Clumsy burns itself out of my deck. Alright, still shouldn't take any damage this turn because my enemy's weakened. And they've, you know, erased the strength loss, sure, but they have no extra strength. And now I'm defended for the next 2 turns. Beautiful. Give me a couple of my offensive cards and we are out of here. Terrible. 1, 2, 3. See if I get a bunch more. I do. Strawberry, damn. Another 7 max HP on top of the pair's 10 max HP? Cloak and Dagger. I mean, holy shit, I can't believe I actually got that. I want a Smith to upgrade the tools of the trade. Or leg sweep. Leg sweep. It's got to be leg sweep because that extra weakness is so powerful considering that I have power crane, plane crane. Awakened one hasn't been buffed yet. It has been said that Awakened one's going to be buffed because it's a joke that hasn't got a punchline. It is so easy. So easy. Drop the Blur. Now I can Acrobat. I don't want to drop the Clumsy out of my hand. Mind. Generate all of my shivs. You're gonna die before you ever get an attack out, so I can now ignore you. Since it's gonna take the Noxious Fumes debuff here at the start of its turn. Sorry, at the end of this turn, and then it takes damage at the start of its end of the next turn it dies. Before it ever gets an attack out. So now I just need to focus on this cultist. I want to madness pretty much all of these except for Survivor, but I've got to start drawing, and Backflip is only going to draw into other things I don't want to madness, so I'm just going to take the 25% chance here to madness a wrong card. Okay, that's fine. Now if I Survivor Strike out of my hand, I can actually madness the right cards. Sure. It has to be leg sweep. Just for the extra energy saved. With that Firebomb, I can now entirely focus my efforts on the back line. Oh no! I've taken 24 damage. Shucks, what am I going to do about that? One, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll malaise you for 6. Remove all of the stuff that I gave you. The reason I don't save up energy just so that I can huge malaise the enemy here is because that actually won't really do anything, because the Awakened one has the second form, and that's what I actually have to worry about. Backflip me. Give me that blow. Give me that strike. Give me that defend. Hell yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's nothing the enemy can do at this point. This is a... I could just phone this in right now. This is an easy win. Give me blur. Give me blur. Oh, give me blur. Oh. Really wanted to save my armor through the entire fight. It must be nice. It must be nice to save your armor throughout the fight. Look back at your total life. It's impeccable. 'Cause it must be nice. It must be nice to save your armor throughout the fight. Oh, I love that I keep getting the cloak and dagger in the same hand. The cloaks and dagger armor. Yep. This whole build has been pretty much untouchable. And it was completely guided by my choice to take a random rare card at the very start. That random rare card just happened to work perfectly for me. Dagger spray. Oh, I should have leg swept first so that I'd get the extra block. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, now I can't even dash. No. Actually getting a very small amount of ongoing block here. Alright. No, that one. Cool. Flash of Steel. Let's get that cloak and dagger up. Just cast all of my abilities. No need for any quandary, no need to ask what I'm doing or why. I just get to throw everything at the enemy here. It's pretty relaxing, gotta tell you. Picking up both of the energy relics, by the way, including Runic Dome. Runic Dome in this run did turn out to be pretty universally, what am I talking about? Not universally, pretty unanimously good for me. Like, it caused a problem in one situation, but I was so far above the power curve of the enemies that it wasn't a real problem. Also, you can see, in a long fight, Shuriken is just ridiculous. It's unparalleled in the amount of damage output it gives you. It's unfortunate I didn't save much HP, and I didn't save much money, and I don't have full HP, so I'm probably not going to get like a 770 score that I really want. Yeah, 699, shit. I was going to say I'm not going to get above 700. That would have been perfect. Oh, wow, I actually got... So the system's been reworked there. I got something for Overkill. Hell yes. Overkill is going to be a really, really, really fun way to amp up your score. And obviously incentivizes large hits rather than a bunch of small ones, so it makes a lot of silent strategies a lot worse and a lot of ironclad strategies a lot better, but whatever. They're not ranked on the same leaderboard. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game is being Slade Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time, Martin.